Hello, everybody. Welcome back to Road to Master. I hope you're all having an amazing day. We're starting off with the black pieces against an 1887 from India. We have a Scandinavian. We'll play our main stuff because we are so close to getting the coveted 1900 rating. They have played C4, so we'll go ahead with this gambit. It's not our strongest. C4 is a bit of a weak spot in my repertoire, I will say. But we will try our best, hope for something good. This is not a good line. So I'm feeling good here. I think the trick is to go e4 and kick away this knight, followed by a bishop f5 just to secure this pawn. And then a h6 is coming imminently. The knight has to go back to h3. And we are happy. Happy days. There's not much else to say, to be honest. They need to play d3 here. You can't let me get e4 with tempo. You just can't, because you're so underdeveloped. Now that just loses a piece. You've blocked off your one escape square for your knight. I'm not sure what you were afraid of. Maybe just a bishop g4. h6. Where's this knight going? It can't really go anywhere. I guess take that. I guess take the pawn. We'll take the free knight. Thank you very much. We are down 2 pawns still. So it's a potential playable position for them. We do need to be careful. But, you know, it's nice. It's nice. We're up a piece. We just have to be very solid and not mess anything up, basically. Is the grand plan. How do we continue? Is a very good question. It's a very good question. They're looking for the immediate check, at which point a g6 I think works, or a knight takes g6. And I believe we've actually had this position before. I think we played c5 here, which isn't a good idea because there are queen h5 ideas. Not ideal. I think a bishop e7 would work here. Bishop d6 probably would work as well. Bishop e4 also a very good idea. Knight d4 could potentially work with some e3 ideas with a knight c2 with that fork there. Although they're one move away from castling, so I'm not particularly worried about that. Castles f3 is probably their best plan of attack. And we really want to calculate this out because of our king being on the f-file. It is very vulnerable to this, especially if they can get the queen on f3 as well. It's wide open, basically. It's wide open. So we need to be wary of that. I think if they castle, bishop c5, pinning this pawn to the king is a good shout. So yeah. Maybe even a queen d4 here could work. They're going to struggle kicking us out, although knight b5 is the obvious. Okay. Knight d4, bishop g5, takes g6. The queen has to go somewhere. And everywhere's sort of covered, to be honest. Has to go back, really. Has to go back. At which point, e3 looks good. Yeah, no, I think we can do that. That looks good. Knight takes so the queen can cover h4 and stop the escape that way. They go for castles straight away. And I think probably a bishop c5 here with threat of knight takes if they go f3. Knight there. We probably just take, right? Yeah. Knight there is a potential issue, but I think just takes. Then bishop there, g5. They're going to struggle. So I think here bishop c5 works. And then we're looking to get this rook on f8, potentially king g8, manually castle that way. I think would work fine. They go for that. Now this just looks not good for them. I think we take and then queen takes is fine. Whatever they take with, we do queen takes. I am super, super happy there because that comes with check as well. And then queen takes with the pawn backing up. We get the rooks on the open files. And we're super, super happy here. Everything they're trading off their best attacking pieces, so I'm super happy. I don't think there's any other tactics other than just trading off. If they don't want to do that, which it doesn't look like they do, we can threaten a rook d8. Yeah, I think we can do that. Or we just go queen takes. Queen takes e3. Nah, we'll go rook d8 here. Again, I don't think there's any tactics. If knight d5. Oh, they're letting us free there. Okay. So with ideas of knight there. Okay, I see that. How do we go about stopping? E3 is an idea, but bishop takes there. Rook takes. G6 is a potential idea. With then like a knight h5. G6, knight d5, knight takes, pawn takes, rook takes. G4 is the idea. Pinning the bishop to the king. So I'm a bit scared of that. G6, G4, bishop G6, G4. Then do we go bishop D6? Queen has to go somewhere. And then queen takes H3 is the big threat. I think that's probably the way to do it. Knight there, I would even consider sacking the exchange for that. Queen there is something I didn't see, to be honest, but isn't the end of the world. Think that's the only way to stop bishop takes. Knight there just doesn't seem good, especially because they can keep checking. Bishop e7 is not ideal at all. It's not ideal. Unfortunately, I think we have to. Okay, we're down a few pawns. We'll get the rook on. Ooh. Now that doesn't seem good. Some I didn't calculate. But it doesn't seem good. Rook d7. Rook d7. Queen somewhere. Queen. Where's the queen going? Actually, where is the queen going? Back there. But then you've got. You don't have. Bishop d6. Bishop d6. Then where are you going? Queen h4. Queen h4 is probably the answer. And then we just take this pawn, right? They can go rook there, but then we just, take this rook first, probably. And then take the queen, we're up a rook. We really need to speed up here as well. They go there. Let's just take the free pawn. We'll double up the rooks. And we're looking good. Still not completely winning yet. But that's fine. Hopefully we will get there. Let's try force off the queens. That would help us definitely. And we need to start going for mate. Try look for as many trades as possible. Their key attacking piece is gone. This rook's underdeveloped. E3, not really an idea yet. B6 traps the bishop, which is deadly. That's our immediate threat. Also, knight takes, probably not as tidy. In fact, yeah. Ooh. Then we just go B6, right? Yeah, B6. There is potential pins, but we can always just move back. We've got to get rid of this knight somehow, though, as well. E3 is an idea. Bishop C5, also an idea. I think here E3 works. I think here E3 works. Their knight's tied down to the bishop, so that's good. We'll go there, hit that. King G8 after check. They're going to really struggle because push. They can't push because it's pinned. And then we're threatening the fork as well on that rook. How do we keep this knight out? Probably just bishop D3 is the other idea behind pushing E4. So as long as we don't lose on time here, we should make up our lost material. Rook takes is an option, yeah. That's a nice idea, to be fair. We'll go after this knight, get that. And hopefully we're not blundering anything. Knight there, we get the pawn at the end. So we're up 2 pieces. We're up a piece at that point. Where are we going? Probably back, right? Probably back. Rook C8 is a threat for them. Yeah. Rook C8, we go there and hit this pawn. We also have bishop D3, wins a pawn that way. This is really close. This is really close, folks. Oh, we've got the fork, but then takes. Oh. Yeah, missed that. But that's fine. We both up the exchange, though. We both get the exchange, so we're good. Oh, they've not gone for it. Perfect. Thank you. Not falling for any traps. We need to be really, really quick here, folks. That's good. Real good. Hit this. King there. Probably there. Works. Forking the bishop and the pawn. No. Knight there. Oh. Bishop goes where? Not sure. Oh, come on. Think. I'm going to sack the exchange. Maybe even a rook knight d4 first. Oh, this is slow. This is too slow. We're playing too slow. Come on. Faster, please. Okay, okay, we're winning this pawn, I think. King's cut off. Rook there, check is really nice. Oh no, we can take that. Actually no, there. There's nice. There we go. I think this is good. We'll take that. Then go there. We'll go behind. Oh, have we messed this up? Have we messed this up? Don't draw. Don't draw. I can't think. Can't think fast enough. No, it's drawn. It's drawn. Yeah. Ah, that's unfortunate. That's very unfortunate, folks. We yeah. Time pressure got to us. Time pressure got to us. We definitely had a win there. Several places. I mean, just if we have time here. Unfortunately, I don't think we can do it about King E7. You know, we can check and then go back, but then we just have to keep. Yeah, we can shuffle. That's about it. We messed that up. We messed that up. I'm not gonna beat around the bush. We were completely winning from the start, and we gave them too much. I think probably swapping off here with the passer here. We should have kept the king around here probably and pushed our pawn advantage. Anyway, you know, it's not a loss. It's not a loss, folks. It's not a loss. We're still at the same rating. 85.8 versus an 86.6, so we had a higher accuracy. 2250 versus 1950. Yeah, I mean, there's not much else to say. We had a better opening. They played this wrong. We got the piece, but usually these f7 sacks, they're not good, unless like it's known theory it's not good, but it does raise some very interesting complications. So 94 isn't exactly the right idea. King G8 is the move to play, but it's not bad. We could potentially just trade off even more here. We play bishop c5, d4. We just win the pawn. We let them get this. We probably should have just traded off. To be honest, probably should have just traded off. Get rid of all the complications. The bishops can stay here. The rooks get the open file, and then we push this at some point with tempo on the bishop after they take back. Yeah, this is nasty. I wanna get rid of this queen as soon as possible. We let them get c7, and they definitely made a mistake not taking this pawn. Yeah, they let us get rook d7, which gave us so many like clean moves. We get the pawn, and we are just simply up a piece here. We're simply up a piece. They get the pawn back. We're no longer simply up a piece. They go there, which is interesting. I thought you can test the d file because this looks scary, but I get the threats on the queen. It makes sort of sense. We look to trade off the queen because, I mean, we spent so much time. I don't know where all our time went, to be honest, because we knew the opening left, right, and center. It was this move. We spent how many minutes? 3 minutes on this one move, which seems so simple. So yeah, I mean, that's it. And then we spent like another half a minute there, half a minute there, well, 3/4 of a minute there, and then like 2 minutes here, 1.5 minutes, another half minute. So we played too slow. Another minute here for that move, which is just so simple. And yeah, that's what let us down. That's what let us down today, unfortunately. We go for this trap. Nice trap. E3 is a really cool idea. Sacking the exchange, definitely the right thing to do for them. Rook there. We're walking into the fork. Luckily, they didn't go for it, and we had these ideas as well. We get that back. We get the knight. And we're, again, up a piece. I hate to say it, we're simply up a piece. We're up a rook, actually. A rook for 2 pawns, you know. And they're scary pawns. The problem is they defend quite naturally because of this dark square bishop. We trade off the bishop, go for some checks. And I'm not sure what went wrong here. Just control, I think, of the open files. We messed around giving them tempo. We should have even just doubled up here, got this pawn. This was a huge mistake, I think, giving them the e5 tempo. We moved the king in eventually. Again, another mistake here in time pressure. g6 is stupid. But we get this nice e5 move, which trades off one of the rooks. And this is still winning. We're down 2 pawns against the king. And like I said, we just need to push our advantage here. And maybe even trade off the rook for this pawn, I think is the cleaner way to do it. So g4 would be the move for them. And after that, all you do, it's so simple. So simple. You go behind. You go behind the pawn. And you leave it. They can push this as long as they want. You know, but you could even go around and get this. The king comes over. You block the king off even more. You know. It's that simple. It's that simple. This is fine. And they try push. All of a sudden, you do that. You know. I don't think they can even stop it, really. You could just go. You could just get this pawn. You know. They need to stay right next to this pawn. They could push here. But then, I guess h5 keeps your advantage. And then you just go after this. Again, they push. This is actually a bit complicated. What do you do here? Go there? No. Rook c1 is not the move. Rook e1 check. e4. Oh, you go for e4. Oh, g4. Okay. Yeah, so what we got? g4. Rook g4 is best. c6 takes. And then what about like a king d5? I guess then you just go behind. Rook h1. Yeah. And then you sack the pawn. Simple as you sack the rook for the pawn. You get this. They promote. You sack the rook. And then they can't stop this pawn. That's the way to do it. It's easy. It's easy in retrospect. 45 seconds on your clock. You know, you run out of time, you lose as well. Easier said than done. Easier said than done. We made a lot of mistakes here. We gave them the split passes, which is so dangerous. Again, it's still winning. And that's the draw. That is the draw. So apparently you go rook to a1 here. Rook to a1 is the reason. Why? I don't know. Why can't they go king h7? King f6. Oh, and you pin. Ah. Okay. Then king h8. To try avoid that pin. What have we got? king f6, yeah, same idea. And if they try push this now, oh, and then you've got rook h8. Rook h1, sorry, not h8. Then they go behind. King g, rook g1. Oh, and you just get the pawn that way. If they try promote, because you get it with check as well. That's the problem. You could even go like, yeah, there. And you pick it up. It's annoyingly simple. Again, they go for this. We don't see the ideas under time pressure. I think if I had time, I probably could have found this. It's not a ridiculously complicated idea, but we walked into the draw. We walked into the draw. There is nothing else to say. There's no beating around the bush, really. That's it. You know, that is it. It's unfortunate, but you know, I always say a draw isn't a bad result. You know, it's easy to think of what could have been, you know, and what the moves could have been, you know, and what the result could have been, but you know, that's not what it is, you know, and we didn't lose. So what's the problem? You know, we just go again tomorrow. Yeah, that's all really. That is all. I hope you all enjoyed watching me mess this one up. Thank you all for watching. Please like if you liked. Please subscribe if you really liked. And I'll catch you guys all tomorrow. Bye-bye.